stream health is green. Man, they make it so hard sometimes. Just want to change the title. YouTube is not receiving enough video to make smooth streaming, such as viewers will experience buffering. Yeah, I need better internet. That's all I have right now. Add stream info? No. It's been so while. Nope. Loading. Anyway, we're gonna play some more of the Spark. I've got gems for a sealed, and that's what's going on. It's gonna be awesome. Super excited. I've streamed from this internet before, but it's been Garbo. Edit video. I'm titleizing this one. Create this one now. Advance category, gaming title, Magic the Gathering, sweet. And if I change the gaming tags, it probably gets some views. I'm just gonna add War of the Spark. That'll probably help, right? I'll have to remove that later. It's got like Overwatch tags on it right now. It's like to go back and like, there's not a way to like page just all of your tags that you want for each game, which is dumb. I don't understand what's wrong with them. Save. We're good to go. We are streaming. Let's get back to the actual chat window. It's been a while. Cold outside. Oh my god, Pterosaur terrorize. Yeah, sorry if this just like sounds like shit and looks like shit. I'm sorry. I promise I'll buy better internet this month. It's been a hassle. A lot of money spent this month already. You got the 3 packs open for Rav. Then we're gonna do this War of the Spark Carbo. So watch things. Just garbage. Find infinality. Just make sure this sound's not overlapping. 1 second, guys. Oh. Does look out. Something or other. She's fine. She's unlimited. Fun for commander style stuff. Okay, I want to see what we just opened real quick. I know it wasn't that special, but otherwise I'll just never forget. Oh, I think it was an Amara source. Tab? It's super good. I mean, just as like in the Convoke decks, like they should just be really ramming this. I've been stomped by a bunch of those in white wing decks with my red deck. I'm almost up to plat, right? Yeah. Wow. Gold tier 3 constructed, tier 1 ranked. So that's almost plat. A lot limited, I guess. Sealed War of the Spark. I'm so ready. Sealed War of the Spark. You'll receive 6 14-card War of the Spark packs. So you get full packs of cards. Okay, that's cool. So you can build real steel decks. These cards will be added to your collection, and you'll use them plus basic lands, build a 40-card deck, play games, and receive prizes based on how many games you win. And 750 was... You get 60, you get 9 packs. At 2,000. It's funny, I've never even looked at the full cost of it. Well, of course. Of course you can't, like, buy 2,000 gems. Oh, wow. So it's like $13 for a seal event. It's a lot cheaper than 30 for a lot of people. Yeah. That's up. But you get your value out, you can cash out real magic cards, but sometimes it's hard. Anyway, I spent $5 to get enough gems. I'm not ashamed. You know, I play this game. I need money to survive. Here we go. Now, are you sure you want to purchase this item? Yes. Open 6 packs to craft your seal deck. Ooh, I'm super excited. Okay, cool. These are the rares open your seal packs. 3, I guess there's just gonna be a bunch of Planeswalker rares anyway. But we got Liliana, so that sounds amazing. For our one of our rares, whenever a creature you control dies, draw a card. And she's 6 mana for a 6 Loyalty Walker. Sorry, stretching this out. I thought I was gonna open them one of them times going on comments, so I was like, these are your rares. Get ready to sealed. Whenever any creature you control, token or non-token, sweet. Static ability. Create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Let me turn it down just a little bit. For a +1. Each player sacrifices 2 creatures. -4. -9. Each opponent chooses a permanent they control they control each permanent type and sacrifices the rest. So Cataclysm. 9. For creature control dies, draw a card. And sacrifice 2 creatures. Oh, that's so good. You can barter in blood and draw 2 cards immediately and kill, like, you. I mean, they'll see it if you play it before you attack to make a bunch of trades. But it still puts them in a weird position where, like, you can barter either way. I had to take my time with this one. This is, like, a little complex. I mean, so, like, defends herself with a 2/2 at 6 mana at a plus. And then she draws a card off of it. Liliana Dreadhorde General. It's a sweet open. Okay. Yeah, that seems like a limited bomb. Okay. The next best one would probably be Sarkhan or Ajani. It sucks that, like, she's not in the rest of the colors of our rares. Whereas, like, if we play Naya, like, this is a thing. Or if we go black, right? But let's just... That's what we got. Spark Double, 4 mana for a 0/0. You may have Spark Double, and the battlefield is a copy of a creature or planeswalker you control. Except it enters with an additional 1/1 counter on it. If it... a +1/+1 counter, I should say. From days -1/-1 counters. Huh. If it is a creature. If it enters with additional loyalty counter on it if it's a planeswalker, and if it isn't legendary... and it isn't legendary if that permanent is legendary. So a self-clone with an additional counter or Planeswalker counter for 4 mana in blue. Sarkhan the Masterless, 5 mana for 5/5. Whenever a creature attacks you or a Planeswalker you control, each dragon you control deals 1 damage to that creature. 5 mana for 5. +1. Until end of turn, each Planeswalker you control becomes a 4/4 red dragon creature and gains flying. Okay. If they take damage in combat, then they'll lose loyalty like a yeah. Until end of turn. -3. Create a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying. Okay, so it goes on to 2, and you can ping X ones coming in if they don't have removal with the dragon. Each dragon creature you control. Planeswalker control becomes a 4/4. They can just end the game at 5 mana if like you have, you know, 2, even just 2. So you have 2 little Planeswalkers in play, like 2 uncommon ones. And yeah, they have 1 loyalty, but then they're just there's kind of, I feel like there's a lot. I mean, obviously this is my first game playing War of Spark, but like you're gonna have a lot of instances where we each have low loyalty Planeswalkers at uncommon just sitting there, and we can just use them as dragons and fly them in. This is sweet. Dreadhorde Butcher for Arachdas deck. Anyway, Johnny the Greyhearted. Creatures control have vigilance. Okay, so he's a 4 mana, 5 loyalty walker. This, why can I not think of the tribe of white green? That's awful. Creatures control have vigilance. +1 you gain with 3 life. Alright. Just a 6 on 4. Vigilance is good for your creatures. Like you can be, you know, you don't have to go so super. Being able to keep being aggressive while defending is actually super relevant as having a Planeswalker, because it lets you tick up to an ultimate while you keep pressure on, so they have to keep getting back to defend so they don't die, but then they have to pressure your Planeswalker, which makes it awkward for them. -2. Put a 1/1 counter, +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, and put a loyalty counter on each other Planeswalker you control. Wow. We have a Planeswalker theme kind of going on. And you can do that twice before he dies. I feel like having rare Planeswalkers is probably really good. Domri, Monarch of Bolas. 3 mana, a 1 generic mana, a red, and a green. Static of all creatures you get. All creatures you control get +1/+0. Man, I should have woken up before I started to draft. I did not even half finish my coffee. He is a 3 loyalty walker. +1, add a red or green. Creature spells you cast this turn cannot be countered. You can definitely help cast our Sarkhan next turn. Target -2. Target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. Being able to fight against our dragon is good. Okay. Let's see the uncommons and junk. That really determines it. The Naya looks strong though. Wow, we have to go through all these cards, 6 packs of cards. Stick a seal. These are organized. Let's look at. I guess let's go through. Let's see what we have. I mean, there's no rush, right? Like in a store where you're like 30 minutes, like look at all these new cards and make a deck, and so I go, oh, okay. Key to Sacrifice. Choose a creature planeswalker you control. Damage that would be able to use turn. Permanents you control is dealt to its permanent. Chosen permanent instead. Okay. It's a card that I used to play back in the 90s. I cannot remember the name of that card, but it's like it's got a dude being shot by arrows, and then like a purple wizard guy, like, nah, those arrows are for you. And like, you're the purple wizard guy, I guess. Giant primate, strong. Battlefield promotion. These are in order of mana cost, okay. Only counter target creature, that creature gains first strike on turn. You gain 2 life. Yeah, it's solid. The counter is really relevant forever, and you gain first strike, survives combat, and so, I mean, it can be removable. Definer deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature for 2 mana. 2 of those. That's really good. Grateful Apparition. Apparition. Grateful Reparations. Okay, for a white and colorless, you get a 1/1 flyer. And white, whenever Grateful Apparition deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, proliferate. It's huge. Works with your battlefield promotion. Works all over planeswalkers. Player, planeswalker, proliferate. We have one of those. That's pretty solid. Pouncing Lynx. As long as the turn Pouncing Lynx is first strike. Okay, so it's the same as the white 2/1, white-red hybrid one. Those are really good if you're being aggressive. I feel like we have an aggressive planeswalker style deck farming up, but we'll see. Rally of Wings. Attack all creatures you control. Creatures control get flying, get +2/+2 for 2 mana. That's interesting. Doesn't seem very strong. Like, unless you have the like blue-white flyers. Prison Realm. This looks like a ring if I've ever seen one. 3 mana and white. 1 white. Whenever Prison Realm enters the battlefield, exile target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls until Prison Realm moves the battlefield. Creature or planeswalker. So not any permanent, just creatures or planeswalkers. When Prison Realm enters the battlefield, scry 1. Wow, that's insanely powerful. Rising Populace. Whenever another creature or planeswalker you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Rising Populace. Strong. You know, there was the 1 mana, the 2 mana, 1/1. It's the same difference, but also very good. Bond of Discipline. Tap all creatures your opponents control. Creatures you control gain lifelink until end turn. Okay. Sleep their board. Gain 1 health. Force to Griffin. 3/4 flying for 5. That's super solid. Especially in a 3-color deck. Bulwark Giant. 3/6 for 6. Bulwark enters battlefield, gain 5 life. We'll see if we can play that. Alright, see the blue. Wall of Ruins, Defender. When Wall of Ruins is 1 mana, 0/4, Defender wall. Scry 1. It comes into play. That is solid enough. Kasmina's Transmutation. 2 mana aura in blue. Enchant creature. Enchant creature loses all abilities and has base power, toughness 1/1. Really good. And that's almost as good as the O-Ring. The O-Ring is better. It's planeswalkers. And you scry. Flying whenever you cast a Sky Theater Strix. Slow down a little bit, right? 2 mana for a 1/2 flyer. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Sky Theater Strix gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Okay. Planeswalkers are non-creature spells, so it'll constantly be a 2/2 flyer on your turn. It's good if you're attacking. Even Eternal. 3 mana for a 2/2 flyer. When you enter the battlefield, you amass 1. Solid. Power toughness. No escape. Instant for 3 mana. Counter target creature or planeswalker spell. If that spell is countered by exile and step into the owner's graveyard. Scry 1. That's a really good common counter spell, to be honest. A 3-mana hard counter with 1 blue is really significant, and you can just scry. Like, it's just a hard counter, and like, yeah, you don't hit non-creature, non-planeswalkers, but like, so what? It's super good. Crushing Descent, 4 mana, counter target spell unless its controller plays 2 with mass 2. Okay. This is the same thing as like Summoner's Bane, right? I guess, but it's like not. I guess Summoner's Bane is counter target creature spell. But this is similar, right? You counter a spell and you get a 2/2, or you put 2 more counters on the board. This can be better and worse. I mean, you know, the mana is a little bit different. Restless Advance. Amass 3. Wow, I've never even seen this. It's awesome. 1 blue and 3 colorless for just straight Amass 3. It's interesting. If you're playing straight zombies or get a mass deck, then like this could be really good. Spark Double. Or Spark Double. Could be good. How much is it? 4 mana. Scry 4, then draw 2 cards. Tamio's Epiphany. Sorcery. 2 of them. Ashiok's Skulker, 3/5. Can be blocked if you activate for 4 for 5 mana. Eternal Skylord, 5 mana, 3/3. When he enters the battlefield, you amass 2. Zombie tokens you control have flying. It's a bomb-ass bomb for mass. It's really good. It's 5 power toughness, 2 of it flying. Like, makes your army flying. If you're playing Liliana, right? It's like, I don't know if we were playing the Naya deck yet still. Like, I'm trying to keep an open mind about it. Because opening Liliana is not a joke. Like, that seems really powerful to me. Even at 6 mana. Alright, let's do this black cards. Let's take this seriously. As an additional cost, okay, Spark Harvest, 1 black, sorcery. As an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature, or pay an additional black and 3 colorless. And the effect is destroy target creature or planeswalker. So it's a Bone Splinters that you can additionally pay 4 more mana if you don't want to sacrifice a creature. So it's 5 mana sorcery speed terror or planeswalker terror. And you can sacrifice a little zombie or 1/1 and get off for 1 mana. It's really good. And we have 2 of them. Like, if you have lots of sacrifice creatures, this is really powerful. You know, little idiots that come back into play easily, or make more things. Dusk Mantle Operative, 1 black and 1 colorless for a 2/2 human rogue. Dusk Mantle Operative can't be blocked by creatures with power 4 or greater. Okay, that's like evasion that can come online later. At least some evasion, one of those. Lazotep's Reaver. 2 mana, 1/2. When Lazotep's Reaver enters the battlefield, amass 1. So you get 2/3 power toughness for 2 mana. Maybe build up your zombie army. I think the idea is like you're building it up, and make it big, and then you slam your like flying or hexproof or trample, whatever it is, death touch one, or you know, and then like it's like, oh, now you gotta deal with this huge army of zombies like piling in on you. That's why, even though it's one giant thing. Enters the battlefield, amass 1. Okay. It's solid. I mean, it's 2 bodies for 2 mana too. Like, think about like how good Dragon Fodder is in Limited, right? And this is better than that. Like, way better than Dragon Fodder. Like, miles above it, to be honest. Depending on how many zombie cards you have. Soren's Thirst, double black, instant. Soren's Thirst deals 2 damage to target creature, and you gain 2 life. Solid removal. Unlike EA, target creature gets +2 an O, +0, and gains indestructible in a turn for 2 mana. That's solid. Shriek Diver, a 3 mana, 2/1 flyer, zombie bird warrior. 1 mana activates it. Shriek Diver gains haste until end of turn. So it's a bats with upside. Vizier of the Scorpion, it's an uncommon. black and 2 generic mana for a 1/1 zombie wizard. When Vizier of the Scorpion enters the battlefield, amass 1. Zombie tokens you control have Death Touch. Alright, speaking of Death Touch, right? Two of them. It's really good. Like it is. Like then you think dies and maybe play another one, or like and he leaves back and then he leaves the body behind, like in case you don't care about the Death Touch, and you can sacrifice it to the Spark Harvest. But I think having the Death Touch up is always relevant. Oh my god, Liliana. I can't even look at it right now. It's like too shiny. Vraska's finisher, a 3-mana 3/2 Gorgon Assassin. When Vraska's finisher enters the battlefield, destroy target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls that was dealt damage this turn. Okay. It's really good in the Spectacle style decks. You're always pinging stuff for 1. Like it's a 3-mana 3/2 that also like can kill, finish off a thing. Be able to kill planeswalkers. That's so good. That's like really, really good in this format, to be honest. Darvriel's Shadowfuge. It's a 4-mana sorcery with 1 black. Target player discards 2 cards and loses 2 life. So Mind Rot, 2 life. That's good enough, but not good. Herald of the Dreadhorde, a 4-mana, 1 black. 4 mana with 1 black. Like, I feel like no one has really pinned down the way to say it properly, unless I'm just so ignorant of that. But I'm gonna start saying it that way, like 4 mana with 1 black, because it's people are like say 3 generic. It's not good enough. Like it's too wordy and complicated. Anyway, 4 mana with 1 black, 3/2 zombie warrior. When Herald of the Dreadhorde dies, amass 2. So you get a 5/4. 4. That's solid enough in your mass deck. You can sacrifice it to so many things. Liliana the Dreadhorde General. Jesus. Okay. 6 mana, 6 loyalty. Liliana the Dreadhorde General. 6 mana with 2 black. Liliana Planeswalker. Whenever a creature you control dies, you draw a card. Phenomenal starting line. Great, great, awesome, wonderful. +1. Create a 2/2 black creature token. Black zombie creature token, I should say. Goes up to 7 at 6. A -4 will take her to 2 from starting 6. Each player sacrifices 2 creatures. It's really good in some scenarios and bad in other scenarios. I mean, being able to clear out the board with her and start over is really, really, really fantastic. So if you just have like a lot of little kill spells, and then you can keep their big thing up and then kill it. Depends on how many creature token generators there are. And I feel like there might be enough to make her bad, but we'll see. See what other colors can be. Like we can't just play black, right? But we can play black, blue, or black, whatever. Samet's Sprint. 1 mana red instant. Target creature gets +1 and +2 and +1 and gains haste until end of turn. Scry 1. Okay. If you really need to activate an attack trigger, get a scry out of it. Burning Prophet. A 2 mana with 1 red, 1/3 human wizard. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Burning Prophet gets +1, +0 until the turn, and then scry 1. Scrying repeatedly is super powerful. If you're playing lots and lots of spells, it could be good, but you need lots of spells to make this work. 2 mana 1/3 keep you up, keep your planeswalkers alive too. Like it's super defensive. Goblin Assailant, 2 mana 2/2, 1 red. Our Grizzly Bear. It's a Goblin Grizzly Bear. Take that, Ironclaw Orcs. Hearthfire. 2 mana with 1 red instant. It's additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature or planeswalker. Hearthfire deals 4 damage to any target. Blind Blast. 3 mana, 1 red instant. Blind Blast deals 1 damage to target creature. That creature can't block the turn, draw a card. It's good if there's lots of X1s. Otherwise, not so much. I think Flare. Right? Reprint of Flare. I'm old. Devouring Hellion, 1 red and 2 colorless. As the Devouring Hellion enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice any number of creatures and or planeswalkers. If you do, it enters with twice that many +1/+1 counters. So 1 good sacrifice makes them a 4/4. 2 a 6/6. I mean, think about playing like, you know, that Amass deck, and you're playing like, I'm sure there's a 1 mana idiot to sacrifice, and then the 2, like the Drog that makes it the Mass token, and then you're like, okay, cool, like sacrifice that, make it, what, 3 things, Jesus. It's 8/8. On turn 3. Yeah, there's a removal for it, maybe, but like, sketch at best. Spellgorger Weird. 3 mana, 2/2, with 1 red. It's weird. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on him. That can be really good. I have 3 of them, too. Right? Bolt Bend. This spell costs 3 less to cast if you control a creature with power 4 or greater. Change target spell with a ability or with a single target. Goblin Assault Team. Haste +4/1. When they die, put a +1/+1. So +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. The red doesn't look that good. Cyclops Electromancer. A 5 mana with 1 red, 4/2. Okay, that sucks. Cyclops Wizard. When Cyclops Electromancer enters the battlefield, deals X damage to target creature opponent controls, and I guess when X is the number of instant sorceries in your graveyard. Arsakar on the Masterless. Man, I should have eaten before I did Seal. 2 red and 3 colorless for 5 loyalty Sarkhan Planeswalker at rare. Whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, a dragon blah blah blah. Create a dragon for -3, or make all your planeswalkers dragons for 1 turn for +1. Sarkhan's Catharsis, 5 mana, instant with 1 red. Sarkhan's Catharsis deals 5 damage to target player or planeswalker. Oh. I mean, really, planeswalkers can be helpful, but it's probably not very good. But I don't know. I feel like planeswalkers are like really relevant, you know, in this format. Let's check out our green. Maybe we can play just a Naya still for green's okay. A Boreal Grazer. So 1 mana, 0/3 beast with reach. When a Boreal Grazer enters the battlefield, you may put a land card from your hand into the battlefield tapped. Okay. It's not aggressive at all. Giant Growth. Wow, Giant Growth is in this format. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn for 1 green. It's crazy. Giant Growth is back. It's cool. Like, Forced Landing. 1 green and a colorless for instants. Put target creature with flying on the bottom of its owner's library. It's saucy. Take that, Kawagama Dragons. Just like, whoop. Pollenbright Druid. 2 mana, 1/1. When Pollenbright Druid enters the battlefield, choose 1. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or proliferate. That's solid all the way around. Snare Spinner. 1 green and 1 colorless. I know I'm saying it the other way. Of course I have it. For a 1/3 spider, gets reach. Whenever your Spare Spinner blocks a creature with flying, Spare Spinner gets +2/+0 until end turn. Wow. I remember Woolly Spider or something like that. That's actually really good for 2 mana. Because he's already a 1/3, which is kind of okay in a deck where you are trying to do that kind of stuff. So then it's a 1/3 with reach, which is already really good. Then even better. And then when he does block the flyers, he becomes a 3/3. He becomes a Widowmaker, or whatever the hell that thing was from Lorwyn. But he can also block things on the ground. This card is very solid. Arlen's Wolf. Arlen's Wolf can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. He has to put, you have to put something big in front of it. That's cool. Like it's trade. It's like a 3 mana aggressive card that like makes them play something big, and like, I mean, any evasion can be helpful. Yeah. Evolution Sage, right? Evolution Sage. 1 green and 2 colorless for 3/2. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, proliferate. Well, are we already out of colors? That's in trouble. That's bad. That, however, is insane. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, proliferate. That ability is extremely powerful in a set full of mother-loving planeswalkers. Krell Stinger, 2/2 Death Touch for 1 green and 2 colorless. Solid defensive, 3 of them. Like, they're not going to get on the ground very effectively if I have lots of those. Thundering Ceratok is a trampling 5 mana 4/5. When Thundering Ceratok enters the battlefield, other creatures you control can trample until end of turn. It's good with our Death Touchers, kind of ish, not really. We're playing really aggressive, it's good. We have a Kaya, Bane of the Dead, uncommon. 3 white, 3 hybrid Orzhov, 3 colorless mana. Your opponents and permanents you control, your opponents and permanents your opponents control with hexproof can be the target of blah blah, so they all lose hexproof. -3 exile target creature. You can do that twice. That's insane. Like, it just is, like, you can just play her, and it's like, exile your best thing. And then it's like, even if it's hexproof, they're like, oh. And then you're like, I'm gonna leave all my creatures back, unless you can kill them that turn, right? And then they're like, oh my god, if I don't deal at least, she goes to 4, if you deal 2 to her, then you're gonna exile the next best thing, next turn. And so you just leave all your things back and block as best you can, you know, and it makes life terrible for them. This will fit into the Naya deck, maybe with 3 white, I don't know. This could go in our Liliana deck too, I don't, oh god. Oh god, Hybrid Man mess makes everything complicated. Dreadhorde Butcher, this card's a bomb ass in the Rakdos deck. You can just win with this too. I think you can just play like, you can play Black-Red with Liliana, right? And you could play Black-Red with this too, like maybe that's what we're gonna do, we'll see. This card's so good. You just can win the game if they don't stop it, like, out the gate. We have a Death Sprout. Destroy target creatures with your library for base land, put in the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle your library. That complicates things even more, because now that's really good for Golgari, which we do have some of that going on. Domri's Ambush, uncommon. Like the solid uncommons is where it's at. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. The creature then deals common damage to its power to target creature planeswalker you don't control. That's really, really good. Removal. Makes you guys stronger, and like, here's our Domri. He's really good for 3 mana. Being able to fight with additional power on your creatures, and then ramp up like early, and come down and fight, like, because you don't necessarily, like, if you're behind, you don't play him on 3 unless you know, can do something with it. Or maybe you might put him, if you can put him to 4 and he survives, if you force them to attack him, but he can't be killed, like, then that's really good too. And we have our Ajani the Great-Hearted. Creatures control with Vigilance, you gain 3 life, put a +1/+1 counter on creatures, each creature you control, and a loyalty counter on each other planeswalker you control. We didn't get that many planeswalkers, to be honest. I don't mean to be like that guy, but like, we didn't really get any of the uncommon planeswalkers. So we got this one, it's hybrid. But like, where are our monocolored planeswalkers? right? Where's my green, like, I get like I wanted the Sarkhan to be like, Planeswalker, 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 make them all dragons, kill you. But, do we have mana fixing at all? Any lands? Did lands come in this pack? Nope. Oh god, can we go back to that? Seal deck. Oh my god. Okay, we still have to make the deck. Ajani, I mean, he's a bomb. If I count on your guys, they have vigilance, he still goes to 3. You know, like, it's 4 mana. It's rare, it's good. He makes dumbass creatures really, really good. He is grabbing the head off that zombie. It's like, is he fighting with the zombie? When I first saw the card, no, he is like tearing the head off the zombie. Neoform. For 1 blue and 1 green, a sorcery. Additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature. Search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the sacrifice creature converted mana cost. Put that card to play on the battlefield with additional 1 plus 1 and then shuffle your library. It's super, super good. Kind of. Yeah, it is. It's a tutor into play, +1 counter, +1 mana, birthing pod effect for a one-off birthing pod with additional counter. Kiora Behemoth Reckoner. There's one of our own raw common planeswalkers for green or blue in the 2 color generic. 7 loyalty. Kiora. Legendary planeswalker. Whenever a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, you draw a card. And -1 untap target permanent. It can be really, 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 really good in the right kind of deck. If you have things that like activate by tapping, it's so good. Lands or mana or anything like that. If you make double, you know. Let's check out our artifacts. 2 Guild Globe. 2 generic mana artifact. When Guild Globe enters the battlefield, draw a card. Okay, so it just replaces itself and it's a dumb artifact. 2 mana, tap it, sacrifice Guild Globe, add 2 mana of different colors. It's like a double Barb Sextant kind of thing going on. Guild Globe enters the battlefield, draw a card. Sacrifice the filter. That could be really good for our deck if we're playing the Naya, to be honest. Iron Bully, 3 mana artifact creature golem. He's a 1/1 menace. When Iron Bully enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It's really good in the proliferate decks. 1 menace. It can be a 2/2 menace, which is fine enough for 3 mana. Like, it's not terrible, but like it's not great. If you want to put a counter on a flyer and still have like a little body that's annoying them is good. It's also good for our black deck if you were to do that. Like, you could do sack him and like throw him at them with the thing. Saheeli's Silverwing. 4 mana, 2/3 flying. When Saheeli's Silverwing enters battlefield, look at the top card of opponent's library. This is also just a solid fill-in flyer for 4 mana. Creature power 4 or greater. Works with that. That means like our 3 mana things would trigger our Kiora. The Death Sprout's really strong. Wow, I'm like, I just don't even know at this moment. Like, I have to look at all this. Divine Arrow ×2 is really good. Prison Realm is really strong. Grateful Apparition is really good. Alright, let's just like put the really, really good cards in our deck. Let's see how that works out for now. Take some out of here, that's kind of annoying. Really want to be able to make 2 separate decks and see how that works. Let's see how many cards we can't live without with each color, and then kind of go from there. Tap all creatures are one destruction until the turn. I mean, I can live my life without that, right? Force of Griffin's hard to not want to play. Wall ruin, some transmutation's good. Not creature spell Strix. Probably not playing that. It's not like you must play it. Even Eternal is pretty close to what you must play in a mass deck. No Escape is strong, but I can live my life without it. Yeah, I would probably obviously always play Dark Devil. Tim's Epiphany. I mean, our pool looks strong, but there's really better pools out there for sure. We just have to do the best we can, you know? Eternal Skylord, Amass 2. Some creatures still have blah blah blah. If we have enough black Amass, that would be really strong. It also, our Liliana would pump out 2/2 flyers with our Eternal Skylord. So that's something to think about, right? Like that's really good. Okay. I probably want to play both Spark Harvest and a black deck. Soren's Thirst is a little hard to play, so I'm not like dying to play it. This guy's super good. Does he just give zombie token creatures you control have Death Touch? It says like everything works with Liliana. Okay, cool. I just like generate 2/2 fucking. I have 2 of them. Vraska's Finisher, I can live my life without it. Darvril Shadowfuge, not really necessary. Dies Amass 2, it's good but not like insane. And Liliana of course is over the moon. It's the best card in our pool by far. Okay, 7th Sprint, don't really care. Burning Prophet, ×2. I mean, it's like, in theory, it's like Burning Prophet, Mind Blast your guy. Like, if you block your Burning Prophet, like, scry 1 and draw a card off the Mind Blast. It's not terrible at all. I'm not sure we have the sacrifice deck going. This is difficult, though. Because you want to play, you open Planeswalkers, it's like, I want to play my rare Planeswalkers. They're very powerful. Sarkhan makes a 4/4 flying dragon, like it is, for 5 mana. He makes a 4/4 flyer, and he has 2 loyalty left. Like, and the dragon pings things. Yeah, he's double red, but like, how do I not want to play that, right? How do I not want to play that, and then like, the Domri as well? It's hard. It's hard to like, feel like I don't want to play those. I'm okay with all of that. Proliferating onto your mass is very good as well. Spark Double. It's difficult. Got cards that cannot live without. Right? That's what you have to figure out. The Kai is really good. That's like, it's hard to pass over stuff like this when it's like, okay, that's gonna get me through the mid game. Horde Butcher, maybe we go red-black. Let's look at that. Get a Death Sprout, I'd like to play that. You have 2 Domri's Ambush. I like to play those, I like to play the Ajani. I don't know if the Neoform is good enough. So like on our weaker, I think our green and blue might be our weakest 2 colors. they have a Kiora as well, though, right? Two mana of different colors. That's such a troll-ass artifact. I mean, it's probably never gonna come up like where you don't, or it messes you up. But like, say you want to cast your Sarkon and you have no mountains, like you can't cast it because we got the 2 mana of different colors. Oh my god, that's funny. Oh, cause the Guild Globe. I get it. Oh my god, I want to play the Kiora, I imagine, right? I knew this was going to be a really difficult and weird limited format, and here we are. Sealed is hard, so. It's hard to ignore the Death Sprout. It's hard to cast, but like, our black is really strong. Ish, right? Do we really have enough things to sacrifice? We can't just be like sacrificing all of our things. Especially if like all the creatures are small. Mass 1. Our fixing is not great. Alright, that's what I'm thinking right now. And I don't really see enough small creatures to sacrifice. I feel like our removal is like in Naya? Yeah, our good removal is in Naya. Right? Except for the Death Sprout. You can still, in theory, bust out the Kaya. It's really hard for me not to want to play Liliana. Create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Excuse me. I mean, ideally we could just play all these cards, right? And just play 5 colors. Don't worry about the garbage. But like, alright, let's cut the Spark Harvest. Let's make a deck. Our blue is just okay. Here's a flying. This 2 is good. This one double is good. 2 even turtles. Sigh. It's just not there. Like, there's the black is just not there. Compared to this. Let's look at the deck though, let's put some more of it together.